Alrighty, everybody, let's simply go ahead. I hope everything's clear. Sorry for that. I know I've been missing it quite a lot. Missing in the sense I haven't been continuously live, and because of that things haven't been getting done the right way. So without any further delay, let's simply get started and get it done. And this time in this particular live, I will get this NewRelic thing done from the beginning till the end, the everything. Ultimately, not from the beginning. Whatever was remaining, I will get that remaining stuff done. From today, tomorrow onwards, we can move to the next topic. It's been quite crazy, I know, I understand. I'm sorry for that. And this time, I'm not gonna leave unless that's actually done properly. Got it? I hope it's clear. And let's simply get started without any further delay. Alrighty then. Just a sec. I was called for taking food and I said I'm not gonna have that because of course I'm live here, don't you think so? Okay, so here we are, and let's simply get this particular thing done. And once we are working with this, and after that we are gonna be simply focusing on this NewRelic part. Hopefully it's gonna be working fine. So NewRelic, this particular section, there's a lot to do, I get it. I have to work on many things, I get it, but we can work on them one by one. This is how things are gonna be going on, right? So let's click on my node app. So this was the app that I was working with. So ultimately we have gone with these many things. We have even talked about how we can just simply monitor the APM in services. APM application, what is the full form APM? I hope I will be getting it here. I'm not even to get it. Okay, never mind. Then when it comes to this APM, I hope I will be able to get the full form of it here. APM application manager. Is that so? Is that the full form of APM, application manager? Let me check it. By default, what happens that Next.js actually, just a minute, getting some text and all. Okay, I mean, I'm just simply getting some of the text messages and all. So let me just reply back. And don't worry, it's not gonna be taking a lot of time. Just a sec. It's gonna be really quick. And by the way, apart from this particular thing, when it comes to this particular APM, so we have gone with this thing. And once we've got one more thing that I forgot. Sorry, we were about to install load test, and we were about to tell this thing use that. One thing I forgot to tell you, I know that I stuff as well. Like I also did an internship in a but I work more in a sources and I have built a train model alrighty, hope it's ended. To be honest, I don't know. Okay, I think it should be done. Okay then, let's simply get going. Coming back to this particular section, let me share the screen. Again, it happens again and again, I get it. The thing is that the more people I get in touch with, the harder it becomes to maintain the things, but never mind. Let's simply go ahead. So we were just simply going through this load test related package. I mean, it is mainly used for sending the, lots of requests over and over. So for this thing, I can just simply go to my EC2 machine. I can select any one of them. Okay, once I've selected them, then let me quit this. And over here, I'm gonna be just simply SSH. I'm gonna SSH into the machine. So download ls and ss sudo ssh input and Vipendra ubuntu @ this. Let's simply SSH into that, enter the password. Let's simply get the things done. Don't really have time to just wait in nothing. I mean for nothing. What am I saying? For nothing. Don't really have time to waste for unworthy things. So let's simply get to the point. I wanted to say this thing. So node app cd node app node modules. Am I crazy? Oh my god, I'm still inside node modules. I'm gone today. I'm gone. Okay, inside node app I have these many things here, and as I have these many things, so what is the goal here? The goal is simple. I'm gonna be installing npm install load test. I think that was the name of that particular package. Yeah, load test was the name of the package. So here we are. Let's simply install it. Hopefully it's gonna be installed soon, and I'm gonna be making lots of requests to what to I already have this server, and as I already have this server, so I can make a lot of requests to this one. That is right. So I can make a lot of requests to which one? Let me come here and okay, what should I do? npm run start. It will start running, and ultimately a process is running over here. Apart from this particular thing, I'm gonna be cd download ls, and what can I do? Sudo ssh input Pendra ubuntu @ this particular thing, and ls. Once this is done, once I'm inside the machine, node app. Okay, what is the next thing? The next thing is that I'm gonna be making lots of requests to this one. So if I say I have to ping it, right? Curl http, and what is the IP address? IP address is this, not like this. http IP address. I am crazy, but okay. There should be some level of craziness, but not like this that you make lots of mistakes. 3000/logs enter. So here we are, info successfully divided by 2. I can just please send it again, and then this. Okay, I got the error as well. So ultimately, yeah, we are getting it. What my goal is that I'm gonna be testing this load, clear it, and load test. I'm gonna be using this particular package. And how does it work? C stand for concurrency, how fast it should be sent. So 10 RPS, 200 millipages. Okay. C stands for concurrency, RPS I already have here. N stands for request, K URL. Okay, let's see what else can I do here. N number of requests to send out. Default is no limit. Will keep on sending until the time limit is max send is reached. The total number of requests can be bigger than the parameter if there is a concurrency parameter. So ultimately, N stands for request. I'm gonna be sending 100 requests. Concurrency. Load test will create a certain number of clients. This parameter controls how many requests from them will arrive concurrently to server. Default value is 10. Load test will create a certain number of clients. This parameter controls how many. So 10 clients should be there, and 10 clients should be sending the request over and over. That's great. Request from them will arrive concurrently to the server. Default value is 10. So ultimately 10 clients are going to be created, and they will be sending the request. Great job. Requests are not sent in parallel from the different processes, but concurrently. A second request may be sent before the first has been answered. Does not apply if a request per second is specified. Okay, keep alive and cookie. Ultimately there are many things, but overall we have got the things. Then there is something called RPS. What does this mean? A response per second. Response per second. RPS. recover. Okay, requests per second, so controls the number of requests per second that are sent. Can't be fractional. RPS 0.5 in this mode. Cannot be fractional, like RPS 0.5 in this mode. Each request is not sent as soon as the previous one is responded, but periodically, even if previous requests have not been responded yet. So note the concurrency option will be ignored. So ultimately I'm gonna be sending 20. Got it. So let's simply make a request now. Overall got the idea. I'm gonna be pasting it from here, Control C, and even though no need to paste it, load, and then I need to have a concurrency. So 10 clients should be there, not concurrency for that, and then concurrency is by default 10. Number of requests I'm gonna be sending, n is gonna be 100 requests, and RPS is gonna be 200, and then HTTP / localhost, not localhost, this 3000 / logs. So what will happen? Many requests are gonna be sent here. Load test command not found. ls load test version. Literally npm install load test. It's going to be installed over here. Once it is actually installed, after that let me make a request. C stands for what? Oh, sorry. C stands for concurrency. So ultimately concurrency load test will create certain number of clients. So these many clients are gonna be created. These many requests I'm gonna be sending. And when it comes to RPS controls the number of requests per second. How many requests are gonna be sent? So I just want to send 200 requests per second. Isn't that too much? But I'm gonna be sending 100 requests. Let me send then 1000. So 1000. Come on, not found. LOAD TEST load test version. It is just simply saying this command is not found. How can I install that? For installing that, I can just simply run npm install LOAD TEST. Any problem with that? Up to date, audited, and all. That simply means it is there. So if I just simply say load test version, I'm not getting that. Sudo load test version, not getting that. So ultimately I have to run it like this, don't I have to? Ouch, got scared, yeah. Okay, load test did this. Who is actually texting me? Okay. How can I make sure that it actually works? And stop. The app is running. I can even send the request from here. I'm being called to have food. Just a minute. I'm not gonna have that at least right. Alrighty, I've answered. So the thing is that for some reason I'm not able to make it work the way it should be working. Curl HTTP, not localhost actually. The IP address 3000/logs. Okay, I think I need to connect it again. Connect it to this one. ls stop. The Ubuntu file that's already running. Let me stop it. As I'm sending the request from here again and again. Just like this. If I go to NewRelic right now, just in this section, if I check out the logs, maybe someday I'm gonna be okay. I got these logs here, so ultimately kind of it is working at 1431. Okay, turns out I am getting the logs. Hopefully 1431. Okay, let me send some more and see whether it works and all. Reload the page. 1431 is the last time, and so this load test is gonna be on pending mode. I will be getting it done really quick. It is mainly used for sending a lot of requests. So 1432, yeah, we are able to get it. So directly we are able to send the request. For some reason this load test is not working. So for this thing, let me exit from here. I can directly make a I think that could be reason. That is not the reason. ls exit. I will be using no load test, so this is gonna be a to do, or let's not keep it as a to do here. Of course I'll have to exit from here, and let me close this. Gonna be back here, and from here I'm gonna be going to that particular. Let me install it on my local device. I think this test. Let me install load test here. ls npm install loadtest load test. ls, and after that what do I have to do? Once I have a load test version, okay, version, come on, not found. There's an update available. Which load test? So this copy, I mean, of course, take a screenshot, go to the chat GPT. There is something wrong because I'm installing this particular package, but when I'm checking the version of it, there's no version. That simply means even if it is getting installed, it is not getting installed. So when you install load locally but you are trying to run globally, ooh, got it. npx load test solution recommended for local install, run using npx load test version, and this did this. That simply means it should be working. So let me do one thing, npx load test. Now if I check the version, I'm gonna be getting it once I got the version. After that, load test concurrent 10 clients should be there, and number of requests is gonna be 1000, and after that RPS is gonna be 200, and like 200 requests per second. They've been saying that they've been shouting, like asking me for a long time. I've been doing the same thing. I've been responding back for a long time. Never mind, let me copy it, paste it, /logs. I can't really leave it. Let's simply get it done. I have the food and all later. 3000 /logs, and deprecated. But it did work, didn't it? Target URL was this, max request was 1000, target RPS was 200, concurrent clients 80, running on course 4. Ultimately it got actually sent. Let's check this out. Did I get those many requests or not? Dashboard. I must have got lots of requests suddenly at the same time, and it happened just at once. It was like a sudden appearance of so many requests. I hope it was able to handle. Okay. Come on, yeah. Get it done. I have to go through many things. This is not the only one. If I just be stuck here, then how will I go through the other ones? Bro. Load, man, load. Okay, this is the sudden spike. Like I actually got just this many. I should have got a lot of requests like this. So these many logs I got suddenly. Like even this is increasing. Okay, this is the web transaction time. The request was response time wasn't that much, so that is why this is not a big one. And apart from this particular thing, the throughput has been quite much. Even I got a lot of logs right now suddenly. So how many logs did I get? 12 info, and they just kept increasing again and again and again. So ultimately, if I go to my logs, I should have got around 1000 logs, because I sent 1000 requests. So these are the logs that I actually got, and just at the same time in few milliseconds. So blah blah blah, these are the logs that I got. Again, these many requests I sent, so because of that thing I have these many logs. But yeah, it is working, that's a good thing. What is the next thing? The next thing is that load test, I've already gone through this. There is something called edit logs. Okay, this thing we've gone through. Let's simply go to the next step. APM, we have already gone through this. Winston logger, we have gone through this, but let's know more about Winston. So when it comes to this Winston, let me one more thing. The machine is running, ls. Let's simply exit. Machine is running in the sense, I can just simply stop them directly from here, and it's gonna be working. Like whatever is running here, that's directly going to be stopped, and that's, yeah, right. So let's simply stop it. So I think I should stop it or not. Let it be here for now. I may be needing it very soon. And right now I'm mainly gonna be talking about Winston for a while, exactly how it works and all. So when it comes to this Winston, so far we have just simple format, and when it comes to this simple format, so if I just simply run it again, this is just the test file. ls npm run start. I'm gonna be starting it. Once it started, the port is running. The port is running, or the process, the server is running on the port. Okay, anything. And actually the second one is right. 3000/logs. I'm gonna be getting the logs from here. Successfully updated. Got the error message here. Okay, what will happen if I actually instead of having the simple format, I'm gonna be making it JSON format. Let's simply check this thing out. Let me stop it. Let me start it, and let me make it work really quick. And right now I'm gonna be getting these types of errors. So earlier I just got the error, and that was error failed divided by 2, and right now I'm getting properly label is info, message successfully divided by 2. If I send it again, coming back to this particular thing, so label again info. Let me send more than 1 2 3 4, get on the dance floor, done, whatever, anything. So label is gonna be error, message is gonna be failed divided by 2. So this is how we are getting the message. Not only that, we can even combine in the sense format. So format dot combine. I'm gonna be combining what all am I gonna combine? I'm gonna be combining first of all timestamp times of how does it get combined. Let me go to Winston over here. Let me select this. I mean, not select this. Click this. Yeah, such a bad way to just simply get the things spoken. Okay, by the way, we've gone through this. This is the default metadata. So if I add this will be added to the request automatically. I mean, let me add this and see what happens. So default metadata, where does it need to be added? It needs to be added just below a format. That's a great thing. So just below format, even before combining it, I'm gonna be keeping the JSON format over here. So let's keep the JSON format over here. Let me simply paste it here, and this is how it's gonna be done. And if I stop the server, start the server, restart the server, and pretty simple, let's reload the page. We'll be sending many requests again continuously. Done. Come back here, and what am I getting? Service is the user service. So ultimately this service is also getting printed. That is the simple thing. Okay, not a problem. If I just keep the simple format, again I'll have to restart it, and I'd better just simply use nodemon. So what am I using? npm run start. Okay, never mind, let's simply start that. Coming back to this particular thing, and what will I do? Do it. And what happens? I get my error and I get the service. So ultimately this is the format. So service, user service. So whatever default metadata I add over here, the same metadata I'm gonna be getting here as well. That's great. Even in the JSON format I'm getting the same thing. The second thing is that I'm gonna be combining this stuff. Combining the JSON, not JSON actually, combine. Combine. How do I combine? Again, go to the Winston and combine. Everything actually starts from here. These are the labels. I selected info. That simply means I can use info, word, and error. Okay, that's fine. And then transport, Winston create logger, transport. These are the paths where I'm transporting. Label info labels Winston config npm label format Winston. Okay, transports exit true silent. Okay, how do we combine? Okay, here I'm just simply exporting require verbose. Label is gonna be verbose, that's okay. And apart from this particular thing, child logger, not getting the combining part right now. I can have some things over here like these splat and all. Gonna be knowing more about that, but right now just wanted to know about one thing, and that is combine. And here I teach. So when it comes to combining, so you can combine you can have the time step, you can have your format, and this is how you can go ahead. So let's do it. So when it comes to combine, so first of all I want to have timestamps, uh, timestamp just like this. I will have timestamp, and let's go with this much only. Let's see how. First of all, bro, node mon, do I have node mon? No. So npx node mon version, yes, I think it's been installed. Node mon version, nope, but it's been installed here. Let me even code package.json. Do I have node mon here? I don't have node mon here. Maybe it's been installed for npx. So npx node mon and index for js. It's okay. Timestamp is not defined. That simply needs to be imported. And how do I import this? So timestamp, this needs to be imported from format Winston. So this timestamp, no suggestions at all. That's crazy thing. So what will happen from the Winston? So Winston dot format, and I'm gonna be getting the even combine from there. So import from where? I hope that is import. That is not the import. Const and Winston dot format. Overall, the good thing is that I am getting familiar with Winston quite in a better way. So nothing could be better than that. And once I have combined, I'm gonna be having timestamp. Once I have both of them, should not be getting the error anymore, and should be able to send the 1 2 3 4. Coming back to this one, undefined. Congratulations. Why undefined? Undefined because there's no format. That's right. So I'm gonna be having my format. The format is gonna be Winston dot format dot JSON, just like this. So ultimately timestamp is also gonna be added there. So 1 2 3 4. Coming back to not this. So ultimately I have my label, I have the message, I have the service, I have the timestamp. That's such a good thing this is. Apart from this particular thing, I don't need this combine at least right now. So let's simply remove this. So I've done this much. And the next thing is that I'm gonna be adding one thing, and that's gonna be pretty, come here, pretty print. It will be coming from format. So let me get it from the format itself. So pretty print. So once I have this pretty print, I'm gonna be adding it here as well. So just after this, pretty print, just this much should be fine. If I just simply send a lot of requests again, it's gonna be printed in a pretty it hasn't been printed in a prettified manner. So let's do one thing, it should be at the last, so that it makes prettified, it makes it prettified, what a word. Okay, never mind. Come back to this one, reload the page, and this is in a prettified manner in the sense right now it has been just simply formatted and nothing else. So we've done this much as well. What is the next thing that we want to do? The next thing is that they are just simply saying that what they are saying that you can just simply combine label as well. Label is gonna be right now in all of them. So let's see what will this label do. So we can have timestamp, we can have this label. Again, where will this come from? This label will come from here itself. So label, I've got that label. And once I have this, I'm gonna be having some kind of label over here, and label label, my label or my log label. Again, nothing. Let's simply send lots of requests again and see what's the result looks like. I mean, how's the result? 1 2 3 4 done. So message label service. Oi, label and label, they are different ones. Okay, got that. Label is the error, and this label, how do I have this here? Label, did I get it earlier? I was getting the label, so I get the label by default. Message and label I was getting. I got the timestamp because I added this. I got the service because I added this. I got the label because I added this, and I got this in particular format because I added this. Okay, so this is how it just happened, and timestamp is done. I have the timestamp. Combine is already done. Okay, transport. And apart from this particular thing, we can create the format combine, format splat, and simple. What this splat does, let's simply check this thing out as well. So this splat I'm gonna be getting from here. This splat I'm gonna be getting from here. Once I got it here, I'm gonna be having it here, calling it here, and checking exactly what does this do. Okay, this is done. 1 2 ka 4. Here we are. So message label, service label. अरे भाई कुछ तो नहीं क्यों? It did not do anything. I thought it would do something, but it did not do anything. Why? Okay. So format dot simple. So I think it is mainly used with simple. So let's check this thing out. Let me remove everything from here. I'm gonna be combining simple. Again, where does this simple come from? This simple comes from format itself. So I'm gonna be getting it from the format. So I'm gonna be having simple over here as well. Format dot simple, format dot just a sec. So Winston dot format dot what? Winston dot format dot oh, I'm not getting that. Yeah, that must be at the top. So Winston dot format dot JSON. So from the format, okay, again, Winston format, and from the format we get the JSON, we get the simple, we get the splat, we get the prettify, we get a timestamp, we get so many things. Okay, sorry for that, sneezing a bit, I know, but okay. I've added simple over here. That simply means I should be getting the simple errors and all. Let's see. 1 2 3 4. So yeah, it's just like earlier. And if I just add splat over here, let's see what changes are gonna be there. Splat, just like this. 1 2 3 4. No difference at all. Let me keep it at the top. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2. Okay, this is it. Let's simply check now. 1 2 3 4. Is there any difference in the error? What is the use of splat? Control F, splat, or just this much is splat. So string interpolation, splat percentage d, percentage style messages. Oh, I got it. So if you are just using percentage d and percentage, at that time it is used. We have timestamp. Timestamp message was received. Label, custom label, ms, number of milliseconds. So ultimately these are the options that we have to just simply format the stuff, and that's good. At least for today, this much is fine, yeah. We know the basic. Even there is a way that you can just simply format the things. If I go here, I'll have to just search a lot. Is that so? Where am I creating the errors? I mean, format. Combine logs. Okay, some other day I will be digging deeper into it. For right now, it is more than enough, the thing that we've understood. And if you actually want to dig deeper into it, I have already in my notes. Let me explain. My notes are the best ones. They contain everything I have learned, and they help me whenever I get stuck. Such a good friend they are. By the way, I would go to important topics, Winston. And here we are. Congratulations. We have everything. Let it load here, of course. Yeah. So what are we doing over here? First of all, Winston, we are even getting the logger. From the format, we get the combine, we get the timestamp, we get printf, that is mainly for printing the format in a better manner. We have colorize, we have errors. So log format, this is the proper log format that we are creating. And this printf is being used over here. This printf takes a function, and that function itself has a parameter, and that parameter itself contains label, message, timestamp, stack, that simply gets and once I have them, I'm gonna be returning that in a right format. Once I'm returning the right format, so this is the format that I'm gonna be getting the messages. So combine, I'm combining the timestamp, I'm combining the errors, and I'm combining the log format. All of them are gonna be combined, and then I'm transporting it to the console, I'm transporting it to the error file, I'm transporting it to the combined file, and that is it. Exit on error, and I hope it does make sense. By the way, Winston is done. Winston lets you stash logs in various places, files, console, Postgres tables, etc. So this is how it works. Good list of transports. Okay, I'm gonna be checking that out, and this is how Winston works. So that's great. We are done with this. What is the next thing after Winston? The next thing is that a metrics on logs. So you can add metrics on top of log counts. Metrics. You can add metrics on top of log counts, ESP for errors to catch if a certain error is being thrown too often. Okay, this is interesting. So ultimately select messages from this GUID and or ESP. So select count message from where entity is gonna be this, or entity GUID is gonna be like this, or service name is gonna be test, or service name is gonna be this, or service name is gonna be this is crazy. So where am I doing it? GUID. You can just simply configure your NRQL query, NewRelic query, and just simply customize it as per your need. You can add you can also add individual, even if needed. If I happen to use NewRelic, I will be even digging deeper into it. It's not like that. Right now I got the idea exactly how it works. If there's any need of going deeper into it, having really good command over it, being able to write the NewRelic queries and all, I'm gonna be doing that. Not really big problem, but for now I think it should be enough. You can also add an individual set of metrics on individual errors and message like this. That is fine. We've gone with this. Let's continue that to the next one. There is something called P95, P99. P95 in the sense, if 95% people are having good response time, that's okay. Don't really need to worry about it. P99 is in the sense, if 99% people have good response time, then you don't really need to worry about 1%. And P95 means you are taking care of 95% of the population, and not even population, the people who are actually using your application, and leaving 5%. So when you are measuring things like response time, CPU uses, etc., which of the following should you use? Like there are things, whether you should be going with mean or median. Mean in the sense I'm talking about average, and median in the sense you are getting the middle values, two values at least, and then getting the average of them. So this is the main difference between them, if I'm not wrong. But let's see, mean versus median. So come back to this one. So the mean, average, and median middle value, as I said, are measured of central tendency, but they differ in sensitivity to extreme data points. The mean is calculated by summing all the values and dividing by the count, making it ideal for symmetrical data. The median is the middle number in an ordered set, offer a more accurate, robust representation of the center for skewed data when outliers exist and all. So ultimately, this is how it works. So get the middle value, two values, get the average of them, that is the median value, calculate the whole, and divide by the number of the values, that is the average. By the way, you can read more about it. And okay, this is done. And beta matrix, as you can see, the average is skewed a little bit to the right because of the two anomalies, 50 and 100. That means the website is performing good for 90% of the users, but 10% of the users are having slower response times. So P90 is here. Ultimately there are two things, P90, P95, P99, P95. P99 in the sense you are taking care of 99% of the people, ignoring 1% if they are having good response time and all. And P95 in the sense you are taking care of 95% of the people, ignoring 5%. So P90 is 13 here, since 90% of the users are equal to the below 30 minutes. Can you guess what P95 would be? Okay, P95 is 50%, since the 95% of the users are equal. Okay, that's great. percentile based metrics, new metric. If you open the APM dashboard, you will see, okay, there is something called percentile. Let me show you that. Coming back to this, if I go to the dashboard, I think I need to go there. APM and services, of course I'll have to select that. So APM and services, and if I select my node app, because just node app, why is that so? All entities, okay, inside all entities I will be getting all of them, like my host, my this, and APM and services, like application APM means application monitoring, APM full form in NewRelic. So application performance monitoring, not application monitoring, rather application performance monitoring and services and all. That's okay, we are done with this. Coming back to this one, this is the application that I'm actually monitoring right now, and inside this here you would be getting many things. So let me talk about them. There is something called average, then there is something called histogram, there is something called percentile. So average looks like this, especially web transaction time I'm talking about. Then histogram looks like this, string suddenly up, and then percentile looks like this, and median, average. So ultimately, what does percentile tell you? Percentile first of all tells you about the duration, exactly this much duration it took to just simply response. Then we have average, that simply tells us about the average, and then we have median simply tells about the middle value, takes the middle value, just simply gives the information. So this is how we have duration 95, that simply means we are taking care of 90% of the people and we are ignoring the 5% of the people. We are taking care of 95% of the people and ignoring 5%. That simply means at that time your response is like this. Still it is like 3.5 milliseconds it takes to just simply response, and at this time it took 3.5 milliseconds, and then slowly it just got decreased. And then we have 99, when we are taking care of 99% of the people, at that time this goes even higher. And then when we are talking about median, so median is overall good. Then we are talking about average, so average is just like this, average like around 3 minutes or 3 milliseconds and around. And then critical, so these are the places at this particular time it's been critical, and at this particular time it's been critical as well. So this is how it just simply went, and I hope it does make sense. And exploring query, select percentile. By the way, there is a query for this. If I just simply click on this view query, so the query is actually, query looks like this. So what are we saying? Select percentile duration 95. So we are going to be selecting the duration for what? For 95% of the people, multiplying it by 1000. Percentile duration 99 for 90% of the people, P90 of course, and divided by 1000. I don't know why they are dividing by 1000. I will have to dig deeper into it. I don't know. 1000 milliseconds, sorry yeah. They are usually, what happens, you get your duration in milliseconds, then you will have to convert into seconds, and that's what it is just simply telling that. So if you multiply or divide, if I'm not wrong, you get seconds, and then you multiply it by 1000, convert it into milliseconds, and then using those milliseconds you just simply plot the graph, if I'm not wrong. Again, if I'm wrong, excuse me. Ultimately, mostly 1000 millisecond is equal to 1 second, and I think because we are playing with the duration over here, so that's what it is for. Okay, this is done. Then we got the, for 95% of the people, we got for 90% of the people, we got the median duration. So we got the median is gonna be duration multiplied by 1000 as median. Then average, so we got the average as well. Just call the average, it will be just simply returning that. How it gets calculated, it does happen automatically. So just call this particular median method, it will calculate the median. Just call the average, it will calculate the average, if I'm not wrong. Again, I'm quite good at guessing. From transactions where entity, so it is just gonna be selecting everything from transactions. This is the condition where entity GUID is gonna be this, and transaction type should be web. Limit max, like max in the sense the max it should reach. If it is, it should not return me the minimum value, rather it should be returning me the maximum. Since 30 minutes ago, and extrapolate time series until now. I think time series is mainly used for plotting the graph, if I'm not wrong. So if I just simply run this much, So what will happen? Yeah, so right now it shows it like this. So duration this much, this much. So ultimately I have 94, 94, 95% for 99% for this is the median, this is the average. And if I just simply add a time, what can I do? Just a sec. Control Z. Literally, you got to be kidding me. Let me have this time series over here. Time series. Okay, and let's simply run it. As soon as I add time series, so kind of graph is gonna be plotted like this. I hope it does make sense. And if I say time series auto, then run it. So it should be plotting the graph. This is not what I expected. Limit max, let me remove this limit max because I don't wanna have the max here. Let me click run it. This is how it looks like. And let me remove this, run it. Time series auto, let me remove this as well, run it. So ultimately time series removes the graph. That's simple. And then infrastructure tab, there is something called infrastructure tab. Let me close this. There is this tab. Again, I'm not diving deep into this. Maybe tomorrow we are gonna be back, and what tomorrow? Everything's gonna happen today itself. As for this infrastructure, infrastructure, it tells you about the CPU uses, memory used, disk, and Kubernetes. I don't know about Kubernetes, so it's no use even digging deeper into it. By the time I learn it, I'll be back and just simply go through it. Okay, I don't know about Kubernetes at all, 0%. Nil bate sannata, whatever you call that. So don't blame me for it. But very soon I'm gonna be learning all these things, and at that time I'm gonna be discussing this stuff. Status page notification, PagerDuty and Better Stack are two popular services used by teams for on-call management, raising a call to the manager in case the on-call is asleep. I need to learn about Better Stack. Okay, so there's gonna be a to-do. This to-do is gonna be Better Stack, and again we are gonna be going through this tomorrow. So this is gonna be a homework. Call it, yeah, call it homework. Not call it homework. It's gonna be pending work. So I will have to just go through it. And how will I know that I have to go through it? It should be somewhere saved in my notes, right? So my notes are where? My notes are here. My world. This is my world, and I'm gonna be having it at the top. H1. अरे भाई TH1 go TH ROU through Better Stack. Let me tell you in short what it does. What it does, you just simply deploy your website, then you simply get the URL. Once you get the URL, go to Better Stack, save your URL there. Then what will it do? It will just monitor. It will keep checking, keep pinging, keep sending requests to your website, and if something goes wrong, it will notify you. Okay, I haven't used it, but I just the overall idea. If you actually want to know what is the use of Better Stack, I will be just simply going through tomorrow. But Better Stack is a unified high-performance observability platform used to accelerate software delivery by combining logging, infrastructure monitoring, uptime checks, and incident management in one place. So it just simply combines everything. The same thing this NewRelic has been doing, but okay, I will explore it too. So PagerDuty and Better Stack. There is another called PagerDuty. So let me search for that as well. PagerDuty, just like this. PagerDuty. So it does the same thing. Next level incident management powered by AI. As simple as that. Let me do one thing. Let me just simply save them over here. /web, and I'm sorry. I think it's been too big. Now let me, yeah, this is how it's gonna be /web. So first of all, I have to go through this PagerDuty. Again, it's gonna be just like the current one. We used NewRelic, right? So they are gonna be sort of doing the same thing, but again, they will be providing their own functionalities and all. So we will be just simply exploring all these things. Okay, why not? Create. So this is the homework for tomorrow. And lastly, this is gonna be the last page, and that's gonna be, I'm gonna be knowing about problem. all services we've used NewRelic uptime data log can get very expensive very quickly. You also become highly dependent on them as time goes by. It's so very hard to get a cost down solution. Use open source tools that let you do the same thing and self-host. There is something called self-host. Do I know about it? No. But I will be knowing about it. Most common stack for monitoring, observability and logging: Grafana, Prometheus and Loki. So yeah. There is something called Grafana, Prometheus, Loki. What are they? Loki, not Loki of Avengers. I'm not talking about that particular Loki. These are some kind of services. Gotta know more about it. But ultimately, what these services do, I've gone through NewRelic. There is something called PagerDuty. There is BetterStack. What they do, they simply they maintain your logs. They keep them safe so that if you are facing some issues, they even notify you if something goes wrong. So ultimately, they do this job on behalf of you. And if you are actually dependent on them, then you will have to pay them. And if you are paying them, you will have to pay means money. So if you want to actually give somebody money, be dependent on them. Otherwise, be self-hosted. Create your own environment that does all these things for you, right? So both the ways are there, and this is the way where you need to be dependent on others, but you need to know about it. So we have gone through the first one. We will be going through both of them, and then we are gonna be learning about Prometheus, Grafana, Loki. I don't know what they are. I'll be knowing about them very soon. So ultimately, that was it. This is how it gets done. And the best thing is that I ended up learning about Winston. Honestly, even I've been scared of using Winston, but right now it feels like nothing. It's just a library that just simply logs the values and all. And just try to understand. Hopefully it is already easy for you. It's been just kind of crazy for me, but right now I understand it well. So I'm gonna be using it in my further coming projects, even quite a lot, even by customizing it and all. And I think that's all. It's been pretty great. Let me just simply stop both the instances from here, and once this is actually done, then that should be it. Thank you very much everybody for being here. I'm gonna be catching up soon. Until then, take care, bye bye, and see you.